podcast.
Hello West Ham fans, just a quick player rating of the Burton vs West Ham FA Cup 4th round. Not really anyone sort of stood out for me, except for Mayers and obviously Somerville. I'd probably give them 7.5. Everyone tried their best. They're not first team players, so the only one who was Mavropanos, solid 6. Rest of them, they all tried well, didn't really bond, weren't really the passing was really expecting. But yeah, it wasn't really a great game, very boring. Burton brought it to us, and you know it showed in the match really. I think the best people who had the best game was the fans, right behind them all the way. But other than that, not really anyone else stood out, so I'd give the rest a 5. Areola with his flappy hands. You know, I think he's taken the Fabianski's Flappyansky name from him. But again, other than that, there's nothing else really to report. They all played well, you know, but there was just no cohesion in the team. Again, they weren't first team players. We gave at least 2-3 under 21s. It was nice to see some of the under 21s though. With people saying like it's not, you know, it weren't like the Premier League. No, it's not. It's the FA Cup. The FA Cup is totally different. It's time for the kids to come out, show what they got, which was a good showing. But there was just no cohesion between players. You could see when Traore slipped Wilson the ball, and he didn't read it. Wilson didn't read it. So other than that, Wilson had one shot of what really the keeper sort of saved. Dodgy angle, so not much to go on to there. But other than that, I think Mayers had a cracking game. Scholes was alright down the wing. Used player for the under 21s. But other than that, that's my match rating, my player ratings. Match rating was 5, 6. Like I said, it was boring. Not really much to tell. You know, Somerville come on. That's where the Premier League quality come in. Somerville, Tatty, they came on. Disassi. We went 5 at the back against Burton. Come on. But it was more defensive than attacking. And this is why we weren't attacking, really. You know, Wilson was up there alone. La Madrid thought he had a brilliant game. Really good. Was excited to see him. Lewis Orford, come on. Was excited to see him. But again, my man in the match for that game was Mayers. He assisted the goal from the Somerville, and had a cracking game. But still wasn't a great game. But he had a cracking game. So that's mine. Sam's match ratings is to follow mine. Only one thing to say from me. Come on, you Irons.
There goes, this is my West Ham match ratings / review for the Burton vs West Ham United game. 0-0 after full time, 1-0 win after extra time, and West Ham are in the hat for the 5th round of the FA Cup. Wasn't a great game, was it? Was not a great game. We started off very slow. I thought we grew into it, had a little bit of Premier League experience compared to Burton, but was lacking for real quality until Somerville came on. And Nutskamaka No. Tati Castellanos. That's the one. Yeah, when Tati Summerfield came on, we had a lot more quality, and that's when we started to look like a Premier League side. Until Freddie Potts got a red card. Harsh red card. Very harsh red card. But I can see it, why he was given. I did think he was clumsy. Do I think it's red card? No, I think a yellow card would have been more than sufficient. But I don't think we can argue too much about it being a red card at the same time. Hopefully the FA will look kindly to us and say that it's not a 3-match ban, it's a 1-match ban, or even just overturn it to a yellow. But I doubt it, because the FA fucking hates West Ham, don't they? Oops, I swore. No, we done okay. We've got the job done. That's the main thing at the end of the day. We're through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. And we got a lot of different players getting minutes. And some of youth as well. So, yeah, that's always nice to see. And they certainly held their own against a strong Burton team. Let's be honest, Burton is very good. Still, they're not monkeys, you know what I mean? So, they're still a decent team. But, yeah, Callum Wilson had a few good chances, but their goalkeeper was just up for it. I think Burton's goalkeeper was excellent today. He really was stopping more or less everything until he met Summerfield. But yeah, experimental from Nuno. More experimental than I thought, but I understand why, because we couldn't risk Bowen, we couldn't risk Fernandes. So I understood why we left him out. And obviously Pablo, Felipe, Luis, whatever his name is now. He's obviously injured, and possibly a lot longer than we first thought. Was saying good news, but like I said, if it got the job done, I really can't say much more about that, really. So let's just get straight to the ratings. In goal, Alphonse Areola. So I was right and Andy was wrong in our podcast last time around, if you watched it. But yeah, I got to write Areola to start. I thought he would, because Matt Manson seems to be the new Premier League keeper. But it's a big clean sheet for Areola. He's been trying all season. I think he's the most improved player of this season for West Ham, Areola, but he just hasn't had that clean sheet. And I think it was affecting his confidence a little bit. But he's eventually got that clean sheet today, so hopefully that will keep him going, and maybe we got real good competition in goal now with Areola and Matt Manson. But no, I think Areola had a good game, actually. He made a few good saves at the end, when we was really backs against the wall after the red card. So I'll give him a 7.5. I'll give him 7.5. I think it was actually quite impressive. Kyle Walker-Peters, solid, some good passing, provided a lot of width on that White, done a solid job. 7 for me, 7. Mafropanos, he didn't really have too much to do until the end, but he looked solid all the way through. A really good chance of a head from the corner. Great leap to get to it. That's just straight up the keeper. But fantastic leap. Done a solid job. Very solid job, but it is only Burton. So 7. Max Kilman. He didn't have a bad game. He looked solid. But again, he weren't really tested for the majority of the game until the very end. And when he was being tested, that's when he started looking a little bit dodgy, I personally thought. So for that, I think he still had an okay game. So 6.5. Esri Mayers, nice to see him have another start for West Ham. And this time he's centre back. I don't think he done anything well, but again, he looked solid all the way through. And a good start, a good performance, considering he's not been centre back for the first team yet. So 7. Ollie Scholes, Lovely to see him doing some really nice crosses and having a bit more faith to get in for box and try and get a goal. That was quite nice to see. I think he had a couple of good chances. He done okay without being wow, Suarez. It's basically the same thing for every player today. So 7 again. Sanga to Mangasa, exactly the same thing, just kept the midfield working. I don't think he done anything bad. I don't think he done anything wow. He made 1 or 2 really good passes to Callum Wilson, but to break that defensive line. But apart from that, he was just there to making the midfield tick. Solid again, 7. What a surprise. Not N'Golo Conte, but Mamadou Conte, getting, I believe, his first start for West Ham. And he looked alright. A decent performance, box to box. He done a decent job. 7.5. 7.5. I think he done a decent job. On the right, Troy. Amada Troy? No, Adama Troy. There we go, Adama Troy. I thought he had a real slow start, but so did West Ham. He had a real slow start, but once he got into his rhythm and his pace, his crosses, he started to look decent. 6.5, because I do think I was expecting more for Adama Troy. On the left, our new boy Kebib Limadrid, making his first start and his first appearance for West Ham's mighty Claret and Blue. Well, for the first team anyway. Done okay, and that's it. I don't think he really grew into the game properly. So 6, but I don't think he's done any harm to himself. So 6. And up to Callum Wilson, like I said earlier, I think he's made the most chances, had the most on target. He looked lively, he looked good. There was just Burton's goalkeeper just matching him all the time, but I thought he had a very good game actually. 7.5. Substitutes. Well, let's go straight to the man of match. Consensia Summerfield, man of match on TNT, and my man of match as well. Yeah, he turns the game completely for West Ham. His goal, beautiful. He had enough chance right at the end when he stole it off the player. Just couldn't quite find the finish, but he was lively. Excellent. 8. Summerfield 8. Tati Castellanos as well changed the game. He looked really solid. Good chances. Well, not really good chances, but done the job he needed. 7.5. Freddie Potts. Solid, but has a silly red card. And just because of red cards, I always say if you got a red card, your rating goes down. So it's a 4. Unfortunately for Freddie. Disasi came on. He's just finished off the job defensively, but he didn't have much minutes, so solid 6. And Lewis Alford, nice to see him getting some minutes once again. Nice to see him back as well, but again, not many minutes, so couldn't really make him much influence. So just 6 as always. And Nuno, experimental lineup, but it's a cub. He's got the job done. 6. So that's it for today. One last thing to say. Come on, your hands.
Where Hammers Walk Podcast!